Hello everyone. Welcome to video number 5 in our book study group, and we are walking step by step through the chapters of manifesting your sacred ambition, harnessing vision and power to bring your sacred calling to the world in service to the greater good. And this video is going to wrap up chapter number 2. I really wanted to separate this chapter out because there was a lot in it. And I'm starting on page 11 for those of you who have the ebook, or maybe now you have a hard copy. And 11 says the traps and snares along the way. And also the study guide for chapter 2. There's actually one question on the study guide which has to do with this section, which says, which trap is yours and how does it show up in your life? You know, I said at the beginning of this video series that I would be talking about new material. And I'm actually going to be talking about that in today's video, because since I've written this, I've actually come up with a lot more traps or reasons that we give up too soon on our big dreams and our visions. But let's go through the material in the book first, and then I'll talk about the new material. So I say on the top of page 11, as sacred callings turn into sacred ambitions, there are 3 common traps to anticipate and to expect. If ignored or dismissed, they can rob you of your passion, your energy, and your resolve. And the first trap is playing small to be accepted and fit in. This trap really shows up when we are on our way, when we've decided to launch that business, open that storefront, print those business cards, put up that web page, and off we go. And we're fired up, and we go, you know, this is great work, and I can't wait until I get to my first client or the first customer that walks through the door, or whatever it is, or the first meeting with my team or my board. And then we hit a wall. And the reason we hit a wall is because something comes up inside of us that scares us, and we don't know what it is. So when you are going for your sacred calling, it is a path of self-fulfillment and self-awakening. And what that means is that everything about you is going to come up to challenge you inside of you. So if you have a feeling in the back of your head, kind of like, is this really okay to be doing this? Or, you know, do I have what it takes? Or maybe I don't have what it takes. Or, and you get into self-doubt. Or maybe you get afraid of being too big, you know, being out there. And you start feeling a little unsafe. You know, there are so many things that can come up. So what we tend to do when that happens is we shrink. And we decide that it's much more important to fit in, belong, and go along than to stand out and to step forward with that great work and to begin risking in uncertainty and the unknown. So this is a big thing that I've seen happen when I work with people. I know it for myself because it was exactly what showed up within the first 18 months of going for you know, my big vision of bringing my work out in a greater way. So, you know, this whole first trap on page 11 really goes into more detail. Here's some subtle ways you could be playing small, and this is really just for you to take a look. Denial and minimizing the importance of what you do. Apathy and ambivalence around wanting to be successful. Excuses of not enough time, energy, resources, strategies, and limiting beliefs and fear that you don't have what it takes. Now those again are just 4 common ways in which we play small. Maybe yours is not there, but really it's a time for you to go inside and go, you know, how do I play small in my life? Trap number 2, working hard but not feeling fulfilled. This trap really has to do with not being in touch with resources, both inner resources and outer resources. when we create so much in our life that we are in a constant state of overwhelm, when we rush out the door in the morning, we don't have enough energy, but boy, we're going to muscle through, whatever it is to do. And quite honestly, our life is very full, isn't it? Through all kinds of things between. Not only do we want to bring our sacred ambition business or social initiative out, we also have the family to take care of, and we have bills to pay, and we have things to do in our life that need to be taken care of. So it's really important that we resource ourselves and know how to do that. And one of the big areas that we look at around sacred ambition is your inner resource to source, whatever you call that. How do you source yourself, and how do you source? And do you do that consistently? And is that something that you fill up with over and over and over so that you can then share that overflow with the clients, with your customers, with your team, with your business, office, wherever you go. So this is really important to take a look at. Trap number 3, ambivalence about ambition and power. Boy, this one is really why I started the event in August, Your Sacred Ambition. Those two areas, ambition and power, really can stop us short. Is it okay to be ambitious? Is it okay to bring my sacred, precious work out in the world and be ambitious about it? What is true power? And how do I feel about being powerful and showing up? Because both of those are required to bring our work out into the world. We must be ambitious about it. We cannot sit, in a room with the door closed and expect our work to get out there. We have to be out there. And the other thing is we have to show up in a powerful way. And in the event, we really take a look at these two areas very, very deeply and very closely. And so I have written, a few paragraphs here about this, but there's a lot more that I will be writing about really owning ambition and power. And the way that we usually get caught in it is that something is said to us like, wow, Rebecca, you're just really everywhere. I just see you everywhere. And there's a little part of me that feels all of a sudden shamed. Like, ooh, is that okay that I'm everywhere? See, that's just one way in which ambivalence around ambition and power come up. Okay, so I say it on the last page of this chapter, page 13, these common traps are just a few ways that you can become driven by outside expectations and lose your way, or worse, give up. And that's why I want to talk about now. The new information, the new writing that I will be adding to the book is really about giving up too soon. This has been another area that has come forward big time in working in this field of sacred ambition, working with people, and really realizing that so many of us give up too soon. So there is a paper that we created, 8 reasons people give up too soon on their big dreams and what to do about them. And I'll just read them out loud because I will be writing more about this. Number 1, fear of taking risks. Number 2, your big why isn't clear or it fades away. Number 3, insufficient commitment. Number 4, lack of self-trust. Number 5, stopping when things go wrong. Number 6, trying to do it by yourself. Number 7, not asking for what you need. And number 8, lack of focus and structure, which causes a loss of momentum. Now, how do I know this? Because I've done all of them. I've lived all of them. And bringing forward a sacred calling and a sacred ambition business, remember, Minds Co-Create Heaven on Earth? I know that these can stop us, and they can also even make us give up our dreams too soon. So that's the end of chapter 2, finally. And I hope you'll spend some time thinking through for yourself around the traps maybe you've already encountered, or just know that they are along the way, but that's okay. That's okay, because we're going to get into what to do about them later on. Bye for now.